Hello everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Phoenix Draconis, and this is Kaon Reviews. Alright folks, as you saw in the intro, today's video is going to focus on Transformers Studio Series 86 Exo-Suit Spike Witwicky as he is seen in Transformers the movie. And I have to say, this is a much better version than the two variations that we have seen so far. The one which was with Buzzworthy Bumblebee, was showed Bumblebee along with Exo-Suit Spike. It was just a bullet head. And then of course the Studio Series Slag, which has the Exo-Suit Daniel, and they gave him a bullet head as well. And yeah, that, I don't think I liked any of those. This one shows promise. Now, I have seen other reviews of this particular figure, so I'm really looking forward to opening him up. Now, before we go ahead and move further, or move forward, I should say, let's take a look at the packaging here. So, as you can see, you have, Spike, the illustration of him, fist on high, in his canopied Exo-Suit. Very nice, very close to the animation model. And then as you get closer, you see Spike right here. Now, right off the bat, the packaging, it's got that open window, so I'm not going to be surprised if I go to the store and I see this on the tag with just the box in, no figure. Why? Because Hasbro wants to go ahead and cut away plastic from their packaging. Little did they know that, as we've already seen it with both Core Class, Shockwave, as well as Ravage, they're gonna rip the damn figures out of there. But you know what? Hey, it's not like I'm a consumer. It's not like I buy the figures. Oh, wait, I do. But you know what? I'm going to digress. I'm not here to rant and rave about Hasbro's failings, especially recently. I'm here to go ahead and review what I like to think is a really cool figure. So as you can see, you got Transformers right on the packaging. Exo-Suit Spike Witwicky, the big red logo. And here on this side, you see a full body image of him. Very, very nice. I'm liking that. And then, of course, on the other side, you see a close-up of his face. And on there, you see Core Class. And, of course, Core Class in multiple languages. And on the back, you see, I'll pull this a little bit forward. There we go. You see both the pro shots of him, as he looks in the Exo-Suit, but also transformed into vehicle mode. And it looks like he's got some blast effects. So, really cool. Looking forward to opening this. So, one more look at the packaging. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and crack this baby open. Alright folks, there he is out of his packaging, and he's not a bad little figure. He's very articulated. In addition to the figure, we also have these two little, let's see if I can get them in there, these two little blast effects, which I will show off, and you probably saw it on the package also, how these are going to go. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. Oh, almost forgot. In addition to the blast effects, there was also this instruction book, which pretty much shows off the details. I had to go through it a couple of times, in order to get the transformation right. There is one little step that may confuse a little bit of people, so I'm going to try and show you, what I'm talking about in a moment. But let's go ahead and move these little yellow doohickeys out of the way, and let's go ahead and take a look at the figure now. As you can tell, there's a lot of good molded detail. Now, of course, one thing that I'm not really jazzed about is the paint application for the head sculpt inside. So I'm trying to go ahead and show this off, as much as I can. But as you can tell right off the bat, they laxed on the paint application for the head sculpt. It is very plain. Now, one thing, and I'm going to try and find this out now. One thing I do want to find out is if, whether or not the helmet can come off. Now, it's not something that I would recommend, folks. Remember, I'm doing this mostly because I bought it. It's mine. But it doesn't look like the helmet does come off. But this is something I really wish that Hasbro had done, was provide paint applications to the face. I mean, would it be that much of a chore for them to actually do some face sculpt? I mean, some paint for the face? I've been noticing that Hasbro's been very, very lazy on a lot of the applications for the figure, which is why we're going to third parties, Toy Hacks labels and stuff like that, to complete something that they themselves should have done. But you know what? I'm going to digress. Okay, I like the figure so far. Now mine's is pretty stiff though, but you can tell right off the bat, there's a lot of good articulation in the Exo-Suit. Well, not articulation, but a lot of good molded detail. I'm going to try and show that off, make sure you all can see that. And very, very nice. Now, I wish, it is kind of plain in certain areas. I wish they had done more paint apps on here. But again, like I mentioned earlier, this is where Toy Hacks may wind up, picking up the ball on this. But you can tell there's not much of a backpack. You see the wheels in the back, the thrusters for the Exo-Suit. Not too bad. I'm liking it a lot so far. Now, there is some articulation. You got that little rocker hinge here. You got a little bicep swivel at the elbow. He can bend his arm over 90 degrees. But again, that may also be due to transformation. He can kick back, very stiff, 90 degrees. I should say kick forward. Kick back. He does have a knee tilt or knee swivel and can bend at 90 degrees due to a ball joint, as you see. There is no, the feet are molded in at an angle, so you have them at that stance. There is no hand articulation, and the head does move using this little switch over here, or lever. So you can look, and I'll try and get that close to y'all. So you can see as it swivels, you move that, there we go. And I do like, as I'm looking at it, I don't know if it will come out on camera, but you do see the collar of his uniform, that moves along with his head. But this is what I'm talking about here. The lack of paint articulation on this figure. Even though it's small. I mean, at the, I don't know. I think with each iteration, each line, they're dropping the ball on a lot of things. So, but yeah, there he is, articulated, doing the big haha. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and get him set up, and we're gonna go to transformation. So there he is, where I left him. And one thing I didn't get a chance to do, and it was in the instructions, for anyone that had watched the original '86 movie, there is a moment where Daniel's Exo-Suit was able to transform, and it allows you to show a weaponized version of his Exo-Suit, and this is where these come in. So you can put the little blast effects on here, and there he is, just firing away, die, Decepticon scum, die. Very nice. I do like it. I am going to keep the arms as they are, because they are part of the transformation. And I did move my backdrop. Okay, yeah, close enough. All right, so basically the arms are going to be out like so, and what you're going to do is you're going to flip the wheels down like so, so that way the arms will be facing in the opposite direction. Then what you will do next is you're going to turn these arms around here, so that way they're both pointing down, and you're going to go ahead and fold these in while at the same time lifting these up, so that way they clip onto this portion here. So for those that didn't see it, I'll show that again. So as you see the arms, they are like so. You're going to fold these back while at the same time turning these arms up, and they're going to snap on the sides here like that. I'm going to do the same with the other side. Boom. Now, one thing that I did forget to do, and it was one of the first steps, these side panels on either side of his bubble dome, they can turn, and you can just turn it so that way it's facing the cover. This is because it's transforming into vehicle mode. Now this little switch here that makes the head swivel, you're just going to try and just keep that centered like that. Now the next thing you gotta do, because these lower calves are on a ball joint, you just twist them around like so, and there's a tab right here that goes into that slot right there. So you're just gonna snap those together, and at the same time you're going to, and I'm going to move these arms out of the way, silly me, you're going to, these thighs are going to move forward. And this is what I was talking about earlier. So there is a joint here that you gotta push down, and like so. So the thighs will go in, and the joints here on either side will fold in. This will allow the transformation to complete, and then I'm just going to put these arms back where they were, and there we go. There he is in his Exo-Suit vehicle mode. And of course you can put these as if they are rocket boosters. So there he is, and not too bad. Honestly, could have been a little bit better, but not too bad. And it does roll a little, not too bad. Does have wheels in the back of the calves as well as over here, so it's not too bad. I really like it. You know, but of course, like I mentioned earlier, it does have its issues and whatnot. But excuse me, give me a moment to go ahead and bring out a couple of figures to do some size comparisons, and afterwards I'll give you my thoughts and my final score. Alright folks, I am back and I brought out two bots. Here we have is the Origins Bumblebee that has been toy hacked up, and we have Earthrise Battle Between Times, Earthrise Sideswipe. And you can tell, you know, they do have you know, he does scale pretty well with it. You know, very, very nice. And of course I got him with his blast effects and everything. And you know what, I've always wondered, since I rarely have blast effects available to me, let's go ahead and see how well those set up. And it looks like they set up very, very well. Go ahead and transform, or not transform, but have one of the arms out. Yeah. Oh yeah, that is so awesome looking. Very nice. Now, I wound up getting this one through Hasbro Pulse, and I will go ahead and definitely provide you with a link to that on there now, if it's available, mind you. Now I know I got this pre-order and they were available. You know, they jumped on it real quick, so they may still be available on Hasbro Pulse. If not, I will leave a link to Big Bad Toy Store, which I'm pretty sure will still have those as well. But other than that, that is my take on the figure. But before I go ahead and continue any further, let me go ahead and give you my final score. And on a scale of 1 through 10, I'm gonna go ahead and give this one, I'm giving this one a 7. One of the biggest drawbacks for this figure is the paint applications, especially around the head. Now naturally, I'm not much of a customizer. However, my inability to go ahead and customize this, you know, may be a different factor, because you know, I would like to be able to take this off and be able to go ahead and take you know, a .005 pen and basically make some brows and some eyes. I mean, the face looks, for lack of a better term, dead. So this is where, honestly, I hope Hasbro is listening or even watching reviews. And I know they send me an email whenever I do an order that asks, how did you do? I am going to go ahead and wind up putting up a link to this review. And that way they can understand, hey, you know, you need to be able to do better. You know, you're talking, you know, you got a lot of fans that grew up with this stuff. This is very nostalgic for us. And when we see a cool new figure, we like it to be complete. And that means taking the opportunity to add on small details. I think this is why in earlier renditions of the figure lines, why there was always the Hasbro version and the Takara version. And I have to say, Takara took a lot of time and effort to make sure that these figures come out, you know, exactly as you saw it, either on the show or in the original movie and whatnot, because they know that they are catering to to those that actually look at this. So maybe they should go ahead and take another view from Takara, But again, that's just my opinion, and everyone has an opinion. So, it may be different from mine. It may be fine for you. For me, I would like to go ahead and take a look at that. One other thing also, for the score, because I did notice it earlier and I didn't make a mention of it, but I am now. And it's something that was mentioned during one of the other reviews, and that's that empty hole in the head. Why? I mean, there's no light piping going in there. Why would Hasbro allow this? This is ridiculous. So, like I said, I'm not a customizer, but I'm pretty sure that there are customizers that will probably go ahead and take this apart, which I am seeing a screw on here. So I may do just that. Take this apart, fill that in with some putty of some kind, paint it, and then add on the details that I like on a face. Eyebrows, actual eyes, even a line to indicate a mouth. But again, this is just me, this is my opinion. But again, if I do wind up doing that, I will come back and revisit this figure and show it off. Wish me luck. But again, that's my take on the figure. That's my final score on it. I'd like to hear from you. I want to know, do you have this figure? Have you found him? Or did you pre-order him? Do you like him? Do you hate him? Leave me a comment about this in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. Click onto the bell icon so you can be notified when I post up new videos. I'd like to thank everyone that has been watching my channel. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to doing many more. This is Phoenix Draconis, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Peace.